Hello, I'm here to speak of my concern that the City of Houston Health Department is considering cutting funding to the Women, Infant, and Children Program, or WIC. I'm here with the hope to convince you that this would be a very bad idea. I will tell you why, but first a little history lesson. Women with children have been the focus of social welfare policy since 1536, with the passage of the first English Poor Law. That law provided economic assistance to the most vulnerable people in society, including widows and abandoned women with children. It is indisputable that children need proper food and care to grow up to be productive members of any society, and it is nearly impossible for a poor single mother of an infant to provide both simultaneously. After all, if she spends her time working to provide food, then how will she take care of her baby? If she devotes time to motherhood, then how can she provide food for her baby? Proper public policy can and has helped alleviate this issue in various times throughout modern history. In 1911, Illinois became the first state to enact a mother's pension, acknowledging that rearing children is for many a full-time job. Finally, women no longer had to be told their only way to stability was through marrying a working man, marking the shift from a paternalistic to maternalistic approach to child welfare. The 1935 Social Security Act set the stage for the Aid to Families with Dependent Children, the AFCD, largely what we know today as welfare, in which the federal government allotted funds to the states to distribute among its poorest families, again, marking the importance of providing assistance to hungry, less fortunate children. Under President Kennedy's New Frontier came the idea that even in prosperous economic times, the government should guarantee an income for all families with children. However, things changed in the 80s, when Ronald Reagan reduced state funds for social services into block grants, reducing the AFDC budget by approximately 11%. Later, under the Clinton administration, when America was prosperous, more stigma arose about the poor's dependence on welfare. The AFCD was repealed and replaced with a temporary assistance for needy families, which only granted support for families for a maximum of 5 years, forcing them to find work before benefits expire, all without addressing structural barriers to employment. Here's where I'm going with all this. Children are the leaders of tomorrow, and their developmental health is vital in order to grow up and take on the world's challenges. At its core, WIC is a public health program that fights infant mortality and morbidity by providing health, nutritional, and educational assistance to mothers. The WIC program offers aid to low-income women from pregnancy until a child is 5 years old. WIC centers provide caseworkers who guide mothers through our local healthcare system, educate proper nutrition for pregnancy, infancy, with an emphasis on breastfeeding, and childhood, and encourage immunization from infectious diseases. WIC helps mothers gain access to food and baby formula through the state WIC program, and even provide free nutritious meals on occasion for people attending their centers. The USDA attributes state and local WIC programs for longer gestation periods, higher birth weights, lower infant mortality, and lower Medicaid costs. To put it simply, WIC enables needy women to have healthy babies. So what would cutting funding for Houston's WIC program look like? Fewer service centers would mean fewer low-income neighborhoods served. We must be mindful that in a spread-out city like our own, low-income people without cars or licenses have a hard time getting around, particularly with children. We can also assume there will be longer wait lists if there are fewer social workers attending to women and children in need. With less access to immunizations, I fear that preventable diseases may spread. Babies are some of the most vulnerable to die from infectious diseases. Now, some may see WIC as a problem-based approach to social welfare. I won't completely disagree with that. WIC provides free food and services to mothers who don't partake in the workforce. However, I argue that giving children the opportunity for vital nutritive care in their first stage of life sets up their brains and bodies for healthy childhood and beyond, which would highlight a strengths-based approach as well. I find any program, actually, that helps children become healthy and educated pertains to the strengths-based approach in social welfare, which is why I support continued funding of WIC. More work needs to be done to alleviate child illness and poverty in our community. If our political climate continues its trend in restricting women's reproductive rights, as we've seen recently in Alabama, Georgia, and Missouri, then we need to further fund services for low-income mothers and their children. I suggest further integrating our city and county WIC programs if that can lower costs while still providing needed services to mothers and children. If our politicians want us to choose life, then they need to fund it. WIC sets the stage for women and children to live healthy lives, and I hope it continues to help children with the power of health and nutrition. Thank you.